This 17 News at Noon podcast is brought to you by Clinica Sierra Vista.
Welcome back to the 17 News at Noon podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us for the News at Noon. I'm Maddie Jansen, in today for Elena Resk. Now we're going to some developing news here at home. Bakersfield police are investigating a possible home invasion in southwest Bakersfield. It happened on Limoges Way around 7:45 last night. That's south of Ming Avenue near Hagen Oaks Park. Police could not provide many details other than to say that no one was hurt, and they are looking for 2 people. Also here at home, it has been over a week now since we first brought you breaking news of a Bakersfield police car that was involved in a deadly crash, but there are still very few details. The crash happened last Thursday morning at South Vineland and Muller Roads in a rural area of vineyards and orchards about 8 miles due east of the Kern County Fairgrounds. What we know so far for sure is that a police car crashed into a Honda Accord, killing 31-year-old Mario Laris and injuring 3 others, including 2 police officers. It happened about a mile from where other BPD officers were pursuing a reportedly stolen pickup truck. The Highway Patrol is investigating and declined to answer even basic questions about this deadly crash. We asked if the officers were wearing seatbelts. We asked if the police car's emergency lights were activated. We asked if anyone involved in the accident was given a drug or alcohol test. CHP Information Officer Tomas Martinez declined to answer because he said the accident is under investigation. We asked how an investigation might be impeded by revealing a basic fact, such as which officer was driving the vehicle, and he said he could not answer that question because it remains under investigation. The Federal Reserve continues to track inflation, and the latest report from the U.S. Commerce Department shows prices rose 5% last month from a year earlier. That's down from a 5.5% year-over-year increase in November. It was the 3rd straight drop. It's further evidence that the Fed's series of interest rate hikes are slowing the economy as intended. Last year's holiday sales were sluggish for many retailers, and the overall spending figures for the final 2 months of 2022 were the weakest in 2 years. The pullback in consumer spending will likely be welcomed by the Fed, who are seeking to control and cool the economy by making lending increasingly expensive. The central bank will likely raise its key rate by a 1/4 point next week. Well, one of the most popular places to eat in Bakersfield doesn't have linen napkins or sterling flatware, and it doesn't require any reservations. It's at the corner of Rosedale and Callaway, and it is lined with food trucks. It is unofficially called the SoCal Food Truck Park. The trucks offer a wide variety of food options, including tamales, sliders, funnel cakes, shrimp cocktails, grilled steak, and tacos. Hamburgers and a coffee truck are also in the works. Owner Alex Ruiz says we can look forward to live entertainment at the venue this summer. Get It Twisted truck owners Sebastian and Alex Morales like the truck park setting because they enjoy seeing families come together to try different foods.
I see families and friends sit down in one table, and then they get something from one truck, from the other food truck, the other food trailer, and they all kind of share and taste, and then they go back and get like whatever they like the best. They go back and try some more of that, and also it's pretty cool.
SoCal Food Truck Park is located at 9701 Rosedale Highway and is open from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily.
Hello, this is Tim Callahan with Clinica Sierra Vista, and we're excited to unveil the Community Health Center of the Future, our comprehensive care center. It's located right across the street from Memorial Hospital. We have every service under one roof, from family medicine, OBGYN care, dental services for adults and children, behavioral health, and much more. So find your way to better care at Clinica Sierra Vista this year at our Comprehensive Care Center. Visit our website, clinicasierravista.org, for the latest on this project. We'll see you soon.
And attorneys say they are ready for trial in the case of a woman charged with murder for a crash that killed 2 siblings. 47-year-old Lisa Kaur was allegedly under the influence of prescription medications on December 8, 2021, when her car went up on the sidewalk at Panama Lane in Hammond Way. And 19-year-old J.J. Malone and his 10-year-old sister Kaylee Brown were hit and killed. Kaur is charged with 2 counts of second-degree murder, 2 counts of gross vehicular manslaughter while intoxicated, and driving on a license suspended for DUI. She has 2 prior DUI convictions and, if convicted, faces a life term in prison. The 5th District Court of Appeals has upheld the murder conviction of former school principal Leslie Chance, finding that law enforcement's failure to turn over several interviews to defense counsel was non-prejudicial. Chance, who is 56, will continue to serve 50 years to life in prison for the death of her husband. Chance was found guilty in 2020 of first-degree murder in the killing of 45-year-old Todd Chance. Prosecutors said she planned and carried out the August 25, 2013 killing after discovering flirtatious text messages between her husband and a former girlfriend. Leslie Chance was principal of Fairview Elementary School at the time of the shooting. Her attorney, Tony Lidgett, argued at trial that the case against her was built on unreliable circumstantial evidence and she had nothing to do with her husband's death. World news now. Russia intensifies attacks on Ukraine amid warnings to the West over tank pledges. NBC's Ralph Sanchez has more.
Ukraine battered but defiant, and picking up the pieces after a wave of deadly Russian missile strikes launched just hours after the West's decision to give battle tanks. 11 people killed, according to officials, and the attacks aimed mainly at Ukraine's power grid. President Zelensky saying every Russian missile against our cities, every Iranian drone used by terrorists is an argument why we need more weapons. The president also telling Sky News about family life during wartime.
I think that they love me, and it's not about thinking, I feel it.
His young kids, who he sees rarely, forced to grow up fast.
All our children, adults, and all of them, they speak about war.
As heavy fighting rages, a race against time to get NATO tanks into action. The German Leopard 2 is likely to reach the battlefield by the end of March, according to Germany's defense minister. The American M1 Abrams, many months, perhaps even a year from reaching Ukraine, U.S. officials say. Before the war, Serhiy Kozub was a tour guide. Today, he's a military volunteer, and his tours showcase Russia's destruction in Kharkiv. Whatever we get for the Ukrainian army immediately goes to the front line, he says. The moment we get it, we ship it immediately. Ordinary people pulling together and working for victory.
That's Ralph Sanchez reporting.
The 17 News at Noon podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.